Hey guys, what's going on? Back again today with another fight. I thought I could expand my horizons a little bit. I'll be flying the Mig-29 today. I've been practicing for a couple days now, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be me flying the Mig-29 against Delta, who's going to be flying the F-18 Hornet. He's a great pilot. Check out his Twitch channel in the description below. And, you know, after we do every round, we'll go ahead and look at the TAC view and see how it went down. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Alright, here we go guys, TAC view for round 1. Off in the distance there's Delta, and this is going to be me in the red Mig-29. We're separated by about 40 kilometers when he gets the initial engagement with the AIM-120. Obviously he had the shoot queue and I did not have launch authorization, so I couldn't fire at this point. Definitely something to do with the fact that my altitude was not that high. If I was a little bit higher, I would have got the launch authorization sooner. So I put myself in a bit of a disadvantage here. So yeah, he gets the first AIM-120 off. I gotta obviously break defensive, so I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna reduce a little bit of altitude just to get some speed is really what I'm doing here. I'm not gonna go for behind the mountains at this point, obviously, because I still need to get a missile off at him. And then there's the chaff there, a little dust cloud of chaff. I'm gonna come back around, nose hot on him. And that AIM-120 is coming in Mach 1.8. I'm going to get off an R-77 and I'm going to crank to the left, another chaff suspension here, and you can see I'm going to be able to dodge that AIM-120, the first one initially. It ends up bleeding too much speed because of all my turns. It becomes pretty easy to beat. I'm going to come around and I'm going to get a second R-77 off at him. And he's already got a second AIM-120 off, and he's made his decision that he's going defensive at this point. He's not going to stick around anymore. You can see he's doing his little chaff thing, and he's going to dive for the ground. And I've also made that decision once I get my second one off. I decide we're getting a little too close for me to hang around up here, but unfortunately I make that decision just a couple seconds too late, and that AIM-120 ends up hitting me. And it's going to hit me at around, yeah, Mach 2, Mach 1.9, and I'm out. And he is going to be able to dodge the first R-77, and the second one, I don't want to say it was close, but if he hadn't reacted that quick, maybe if he had a couple of seconds delay, then that R-77 might have given him some problems. But so there he is. He goes defensive in the terrain here, and he's going to win this round. Round 1 goes to Delta, pretty clearly. So in the second round here, we both decide that we want to go lower altitude, and we end up in the valleys of the mountains, and that ends up leading to about a 20-minute search looking for each other until one of us makes the mistake and pokes his head out at the wrong time and ends up getting killed for it. So obviously, in the interest of time, I removed the 20-minute search from the video, and I just put the kill shot in here. Alright, here we go. Here's the TAC view for round 2. You can see we're both just in the mountains here. He's dipped into the valley here. I'm higher up here, but I eventually do dip down into the mountains. In the interest of time, I'm just going to fast forward it. You can see we're just both looking for each other in the mountains here. And eventually, right here, we'll just leave it here. I got my nose up and I'm just trying to scan the areas to see if I can find anything. I start turning around, trying to scan just above the mountains, and right here I'm deciding that if I don't find him now, I'm just gonna go up and start looking for him. And as I start turning around, I get a little blip on my radar and I know I found him. So he obviously gets the RWR indicator and he starts to come vertical and come around so he can engage me, as he's been looking for me as well. And the only thing that he doesn't have an advantage of is he doesn't have me locked up. He's got to try to find me. He's got to try to bore sight, identify me in some way. He probably doesn't know exactly where to look. So he's at a pretty major disadvantage here. He's trying to lock me up. And I've already got an R77 off at him at 11 kilometer separation. So at this point, Delta's in a pretty bad situation. He immediately goes defensive. He's got chaff dropping, and he's going to go for the ground, but he's not going to have much of a reaction time, and that R77 is going to hit him at Mach 2.4. And that round is a pretty clear win for me. So round 2 is mine. Let's go on to round 3.
pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Alright, so here's the TAC view for that kill on Delta. I decided to approach this fight from a different perspective, and that is that I'm going to dive down and I'm going to try to force him to come down and meet me, and then I'm going to try to kill him on the ground. So there we go. I dropped my altitude down. I'm not too low to the ground, but I'm fairly low down. And you can see I'm down to about 26 kilometers to get that first R-77 off. And the reason for that obviously is because the missiles now have to, because of my position, they have to fight gravity and drag and high air density in order to get up here and kill him. So that reduces the range of the missiles, right? So I got to get as close as up to 27 kilometers instead of 36 or 40 kilometers that I've actually fired these missiles at before. So I'm down to 36. So what I'm going to do is fire off 2, and I'm hoping he's going to go defensive and come down here, and I'm going to be waiting for him. So that's why you see me fire off that second missile and start to nose down. I should have fired just one, like one would have been enough to put him defensive, and if he was going to come down, he would have come down with just one anyway. But I popped the second one just because I'm like, I might get lucky and just kill him up here, right? So I wait a couple seconds and I let off a second one, and I nose down and I'm just waiting for him down here. He does go defensive. He start popping chaff and he's going to dive for the ground. And let's just switch over to him real quick. And there he is. So he's going to come down. I'm going to give him, as he comes down, as his altitude starts to drop, and I can see he's committed because I'm looking at him in the HUD. And I can see that he's committed to coming down here. I'm going to give him a third R-77, and then I only have one R-77 left, so I'm like, and we're getting pretty close, you know, 6.7 kilometers. So I'm like, why would I even keep this one? Like, let me just fire this one, you know, maybe the third one misses, I can hit him with the fourth one, and then we just got to go to heat seekers because we're so close anyway. There was no point in me keeping that fourth missile and the added weight to it and all that stuff. I wanted to make my plane lighter and take a chance too, right? So you can see those first 2 missiles are going to miss. But they did serve their purpose, which was to force him defensive and get him down here. So now he's diving for the ground here, very fast at Mach 1.3. He has an R-77 at Mach 2.3 coming at him, and a fourth one coming off the rails now. And he's just not maneuverable enough at those high speeds, and he's going to take that R-77 right to the face. Right to the face. And then that fourth one's going to hit him. And that's it. He's dead. And he didn't manage to get off a shot. And if I remember correctly, he said he didn't even manage to lock me up, which would make sense because I didn't get a tone. But he couldn't find me. So my theory is that his radar dish was pointed a little too high, and I came in just a little too low. I came in just under what his radar was scanning. So a big thank you to Delta for coming on and doing a 1v1. I learned a lot from flying against them. He's a very good pilot. Kicked my ass several times before we managed to get this video content here. Check out his Twitch channel below in the description, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.